Woohoo, hello. Please excuse the absolute disaster of a workspace I have. This is just my life. Always. So, I'm going to be doing some dolly modification here. I watched Shellbea's video about getting like a realistic, how to like effectively make your doll look as realistic as possible. And she talked about reweighting the doll. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I watched it again and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to give it a go. I don't know why I unbuttoned that at the bottom because this slips down little Charlotte here very well. So I'm going to be trying that. I chose to do it on Charlotte because she's small, so I won't be needing as much materials, and also she's a doll that I mostly display as opposed to Jamie, who I pick up to cuddle with. So if she feels a little off, it won't be as jarring. Anyway, this baby's head is going to come off. If that disturbs you, I suggest you move on to a different part of the internet. So I got Kelly Pollitz. I wasn't totally sold on investing in the baby fat from Bountiful Baby just yet. And the little zip ties. Thank you, Hobby Lobby. I appreciate your supplies. I don't appreciate your company's corruption. So, okay, we're taking the head off. These are my scissors. Again, Hobby Lobby. This is kind of, okay, so got a little zip tie on the side. I hope I can get it. You know, I'm thinking I'd better not use the biggest scissors. I've got these little snips, but I don't know if they'll be strong enough. We'll find out. Oh, I'm actually, okay, I was like totally mentally prepared, but now I'm quite nervous if I'm being totally honest. Okay. All right, it's okay. We'll just go for it. There's the little zip tie. Oh, I'm so terribly sorry, Charlotte. You will be going back together. I promise. How do you, because there's like no space for me to get the scissors in there. I guess if I just like scoot the, if I can scoot the tie. Okay, let me pause this while I figure this out. Okay, so I just had to scoot the zip tie, which didn't take me very long. See, and I don't know, well, hopefully you can see the like the edge of the zip tie. And I am, oh my god, this is horrifying. People just like do this. Okay, yeah, those are not gonna cut it. This is even more horrifying. And people just, I'm horrified of, like, I would rather damage the cloth body than the vinyl, obviously, but I don't want to do either. I'm gonna put her bonnet back on so I don't accidentally hurt her vinyl or her painting, since I have maneuvered this. Really, a little cotton hat would be best, but I don't have one that fits her. She's so small. It's a problem. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Oh, now everything's moved again. Oh my goodness. You poor thing, I'm so sorry. I promise I'm trying. Well, now it's scooched over and I gotta fix it again. Okay, I think I got it. Oh, dear Lord in heaven, please let this work. Oh, okay. Okay, I think she's fine. Oh, well, there goes the head. All right. I'll have to send this to the Dahlitorium. The first unboxing video of hers that I watched, the baby's head kind of went bloop, and I was like, oh my, it was very funny. Okay, so we'll just set little Charlotte here to the side. There's not really a good place to put a baby's head. That's just, oh God, it rolls. Okay. Oh my Lord, it just rolls. Okay. So, going to, I don't know, just dig around in there. Remove some stuffing. This is actually I might actually replace the stuffing because I've got some stuff that's a little bit softer, I think, if I'm being totally honest. Oh, this is, I've watched videos where they put the baby back together, but I have not actually. Okay, here's the glass beads. Okay, I want to be careful because I don't want those to bust open. Just tie that back up. This is going to be a longer video than I thought it would. There we go. So you can see them like sparkling in there. That's a stress ball if I've ever held one. Okay. All right. So, oh my gosh, it gets weirder. I'm going to leave the bottom half. She's weighted well and stuffed well down here. Actually, I think I'm just going to entirely replace her stuffing because I've got some slightly squishier stuffing. That was very expensive on Amazon. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is Polysilk. Polysilk? Well, it's polyfill, but it's royal silk. Anyway, Amazon. This was like, I don't know, $25 or $30 or something like that. I make plushies as well, so. And this is what I put in my plushie. And this is just, I mean, you can see it's lighter and softer. This is just like regular plain polyfill. Nothing against that. We're just, modifications are part of the hobby. Okay, so I'm gonna fill out your little butt cheeks. I should have taken that diaper off, but first I need to make more space for my camera. Dear Lord, I need to figure this out. Okay, well, it still says I have 5 minutes to record. Alright, you know what? We're doing what we can with what we got. Anyway, here's an empty baby. There's the zip tie, which, yeah, it's the same size as the one I have. It's, probably better quality. This is probably a Bountiful baby zip tie. This is probably like a Reborn doll supply zip tie. But I have a feeling that later on down the road, I will be potentially working on those. I'm not sure if I'll put this back on her. I'm conflicted about the disposable diapers, but that's a different conversation for a different time. It is cute. It's just, I don't know. I've had it on her for like 6 months now, so probably needs to move on anyway. Okay, this is the, okay, I'm going to give her a little butt. But I think I might, no, I really want to know this stuff. I'm going to give her little butt cheeks. Stuff her butt out. Oh, this is what happens when you spend all of 2020 just watching doll videos. Just like, this is the floppy dead baby is like, it's kind of hilarious. But when you spend all of 2020 and 2021 watching doll videos, it's like, oh yes, of course. It gives the baby little baby butt cheeks. Just a little bit of stuffing in the bottom there to make that butt soft. Because when you're like patting a baby on their butt, you don't want to be patting the sack. You want a little squish. There you go, little baby butt cheeks. All right, this one was the one that was in the bottom because this is the one that is untied. Just gonna hit. I got it. Okay. Whew, okay. Just gonna put that in there. There. It's kind of like the woo! I did give you a pot belly, huh? You got a pot belly. Debating whether or not I should like stuff around it. Well, it's pretty encased. I put a little bit in the front of it, in the front of the tummy. Not a lot. I don't want her to be like super stuffed. I don't want to like stuff her to the max. Oh yeah, there we go. She's got, yeah, you've got some on the side. I'm just trying to make sure that this little bead sack is well surrounded and supported by stuffing. for my own preferences. I think that's good. Okay, now I'm going to this stuff here. A little bit on top. And then you go on. There we go. Should I put it in this way? Okay. Oh my. Get back in there. I actually think she need really personally what I want like the squish there, so I might just, now that I'm like fussing with her, I'm not even sure if I entirely want to or need to put the poly pellets in. She might just need that like softer stuffing and a little bit less of it. So, we'll see. We'll play around with this. There might be an addendum. I mean, irregardless, I have to put the head back on. Let me see. Let me put that in. Now let me put this in. I'm so sorry, Charlotte. I'm so sorry. I really, truly am. I think, honestly, take some of that out. It's kind of like trial and error. I think, oh my god, look at that. Yeah, she was a little overstuffed before. Okay, now we'll put this in the shoulders because babies have collarbones. Babies have collarbones. This is the way I'm thinking it as far as like human anatomy. You got like hip and pelvic bones plus that like baby butt that's always like, you know, in the diaper, and so it's always a little firmer there. And then you got like baby organs, and then you got like baby rib cage and baby collarbones. So like super squishy, a little bit firmer, a little firm down here, and then like quite firm across the chest. That's my thought process. So I guess we're not putting the poly pellets in. I guess we're just kind of understuffing her a little bit. I need quite, I think actually for some of the front, so I have no idea how much of that I actually got, because at some point it stopped recording. But basically, just to catch you up, I put some of the softer polyfill on the booty for the cheeks. This is not coming out of her body at the bottom. It's just from right. Anyway, and then put the glass beads in their sack down here, and then fluffed it out a little bit with the softer stuff, trying to get the other sack of glass beads to like float in her chest cavity without falling too far into the abdomen, because that's where I really want the squish and the bend as far as like human anatomy goes. And then I used some of this like more dense stuff, less plush, to like fill out her shoulders, because, you know, baby collarbones, that kind of jazz. And then I just stuffed around with the bags and the polyfill to kind of get it feeling how I think it should feel. I'm trying to surround the sack of glass beads with the stuffing. That way when I hold her, I don't feel the stuffing, I don't feel the glass beads on my hand. Personally, that's a sensory thing that I don't like in any object. I mean, even like stuffed animals, like if I can feel the little sack of polyfill in there and like feel the little grains, it's like, bleh. I don't like that. My little sister, on the other hand, adores it. It's her favorite part. And she's like, yes, she calls it beaning. She will like squish on the sack, and I hate the sound and I hate the feel. It's gross. Okay, so she's kind of like, meh, meh, meh. She's kind of like, she's real. Is that too much? Hold on. I'm trying to like get it all. I'm trying to get it to do what I want it to do without like, yeah, that seems we got yeah. That seems fine for now. I'm trying to keep the top sack out of the abdomen and like in the chest area, which will be easier because 99% of the time she's laying down, and right now I've got her sitting up, so like gravity's doing its job. But you know, okay, on to the head. Let me make sure I'm still recording. I'm still recording. Okay, it's only letting me record in like 5-minute chunks for some reason because it hates me. It's because I have like 800 videos saved on my phone. Okay, so I got to thread the zip tie. I didn't actually end up putting any of the poly pellets in, which I totally thought I was going to. I just ended up restuffing her with quite a bit less, actually. She was sufficiently stuffed, to say the least. I think her artist likes a little more structured baby than I guess I prefer, since I just took her apart and put her back together the way I liked, which is just part of the hobby. She's still, I mean, she's not like gonna like, she's not lifeless. I think I'm pretty satisfied with that. She's still got some gentle movement. I can still feel that sack in the back. Yeah, I'm trying to get it so it's not, so I don't want to feel the sack through the body. Okay, get some on the sides a little bit. I'm just thinking, you know, get it right now while I can, because if I don't now, then I'll have to put the head back on, like, again, take it off and put it back on, and I'd rather make modifications as little as possible. I wonder if I can just scoot the stuffing that's in there, just scoot it back towards the back. And pull it up. There we go, I think. There we go, I think. And then, of course, trying to keep the bag in the right direction so you're not feeling the tie on your fingers. That seems pretty good. I can still feel it a little bit in the back, but less for sure. And I won't necessarily feel that on my hands when I'm holding her. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You were just a little, Charlotte, you were just a little overstuffed, honey. That's all. You were just really full. You had a huge dinner. That's all. All right, checking my time. Oh, not enough time. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with my phone is. It's being funny. But no big deal. It's like only letting me do in like so many chunks. Like I can only record in 5 and 6 minute chunks at a time. I need to just whip out my camera and figure out that jazz. I think I might give her a lint roll. Oh, you're gonna be such a cute, yes. Yeah, you just had a big lunch, that's all. Okay, zip tie time. Are these big enough? Whoop, barely. This just in. Don't behead your baby on an impulse. Make sure you have the zip ties to rehead your baby. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm just caught on that seam a little bit. That's normal. You just kind of gotta get some zip tie in there and work your way around it. Almost. Oh my goodness, I'm a very impatient person. I can feel myself already becoming annoyed after having to fiddle with the seam for two whole seconds. Okay, hopefully this zip tie is long enough, or I will be all sorts of shit out of luck. Oh, okay, yeah, hold on, another seam. Come on. Come on. I think, yeah, this zip tie might not actually be big enough. And if it's not, I may have to just string her head with thread. I don't know why I didn't think of that to begin with, because I know that there are baby bodies that are... Yeah, I think I'm just going to string her with thread. Hold on. Oh me, oh my, I'm so sad that I could cry, but there's no one to be here with. Alright, let me get a... Let me pause this while I rummage and try to find my things. Okay, so I've just got some, like, embroidery thread. This is a temporary solution. I will be ordering some zip ties from Bountiful Baby. That's my bad. I just assumed the dolly zip ties would work. I would not suggest you do this if you aren't prepared. I never take my own advice. So, like, this is not technically a, like I would use a beading needle. This is still, like, a totally blunt one. This is blunt, but not as blunt as, like, I could still totally pierce the fabric here, so I'm going to have to be a little extra careful. But yeah. But I know what I'm doing, so I'm quite confident in myself. Oh, I'm so excited to put her head back on. She's going to be... Oh, and I'm definitely going to be redoing Eloise as well. My Eloise sculpt. I've only just recently got her and only just recently settled on a name for her. So I keep calling her Eloise because she's the Eloise sculpt. And whoops, see, you just pierced through the fabric there. Instead of the name that I chose for her. And I'm curious if anyone else has that issue, because when I'm looking at, like, the Susu sculpt right now, I am in love with. It's so cute, and I'm seeing it everywhere. So I know that kit, and I'm familiar with that kit as the Susu sculpt. Susu by Natalie Blick, which is very cute. But I don't think I would keep the name Susu. I would have to change that, right? So, like, with the Eloise sculpt, the name Eloise is very sweet. And I became familiar with the sculpt as the Eloise sculpt, though I never even heard of it until after I had actually purchased the doll. I had never seen the sculpt or recognized the sculpt, and of course now I see it everywhere. I'm just checking my time, which is, yeah, we're gonna stop and restart. Hello, welcome back. I don't know why it's doing this to me, but whatever. So I've just gotten familiar with the name Eloise and identifying the features as Eloise. So then when I finally settled on a name, Janie, which took weeks, by the way, weeks. But when I mean weeks, I mean I had 2 separate appointments with my nail tech, who I have obviously not been to in a while. And, like, that's at least 2 weeks, right? That's at least 2 weeks. And I really only just settled on a name last week. And I don't even mean 7 days ago. Well, probably 7 days ago by now. But anyway, so for weeks, I wasn't calling her Eloise. I was just calling her Baby, because my no names I just call them Baby. Alright, putting the head back on is proving to be a slightly more difficult than I anticipated, but we're learning new skills and all that jazz. So now I am, instead of calling her Janie, which is the name that I've picked for her and I've identified her with and is super cute and it feels like it fits, I've just, like, habitually gotten used to saying Eloise. Can you use my mouth? And so I'm like, okay, now what? Because I don't want to just be calling her Eloise. I want to call her Janie. But getting out of the habit of calling her by that other name, I'm going to have to take this bonnet off, it's getting in the way, is proving to be difficult. And it's not just baby names. Like my friend who's recently gotten married, she obviously changed her last name. And they decided on a whole new name together. They didn't keep her boyfriend's family name. They chose their own new name together. And I'm like, okay, she's no longer, stand-in names. She's no longer a Zachary, she's now a Miller. But still, I'm like struggling with the change, just because, you know, old habits die hard. Okay, that's probably not gonna fall off. Great. Probably not gonna fall off is exactly what I need. Make sure that's nice and tight. Like I said, I am quite whoop, 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 whoop. I was just about to say it. Like I said, I'm quite confident with what I'm doing. As the baby's head falls out of its socket. Oh, goodness. Goodness me. Okay, now we're going to tie a... Ah, okay, all right. It's okay, we can do this. I want to do this where you can see it, but like the weight in her head is in the back of her head, so like her head's kind of tilting this way because this is where the weight is and it wants to roll forward a little bit. So, you know what? Here, honey, have a pillow to hold your head up. There we go. That's there. Now it won't move so much. Okay, and this will be a lot easier to take off when I get to that official Bountiful baby zip tie. And like I said, she is a display doll for me in my collection more than a hands-on doll for a few reasons. She's very, very tiny, and I have a very difficult time dressing her because she's so small. There we go. Okay, good enough. Just tie that a couple of times, hope it doesn't break, and if she wakes up one day and her head's rolled off, then I will consider it a sign from the Lord. Okay. Yeah, that's not so bad. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, you could force it out, but I don't think it's gonna fall off. The zip ties will be much easier. Okay, just going to very carefully snip that and get on Bountiful Baby's website, eh? Oh yeah. Here, this is my favorite sort of. Wonderful. Look at how. Very nice, very nice. Obviously, don't just go throwing your dolls around. You know, take care of your sweetie babies. Where is your clothing? Here it is. I guess we get another sort of changing video if I have the time. Okay. So, just gonna put her back together, and then I think I'm gonna order some zip ties and some baby fat from Bountiful Baby for my sweet Eloise. Yeah, I'm actually excited. Okay, I'm really glad that worked out. Oh my lord, I cannot dress a child. And I hope if you didn't learn anything that you at least got to laugh. I will link below Shellbea's video talking about realistic newborns and realistic reborns, I mean. Gotta hold that head or else it's gonna fly out. Oh, you're already buttoned up in the back, that's right. I will link Shellbea's video about getting a realistic as possible look to your reborns. And I will also try to find some other surgery videos to help you in your entertainment and or tutorial needs, because dear lord, I am not a professional. But that was not the end of the world. The baby is not broken or damaged. You're so cute. Okay, say bye. Bye. We're gonna go crunch up now. We'll do some extreme yoga. Toodaloo, everyone. Have a nice day.